Well, look at this. They're still coming in.
Investigate Trump, do one on Trump, tell us the truth about Trump. They must really like him.
I think it might actually be the opposite.
Maybe we should just try again tomorrow. Maybe we'll get better ones.
I just don't get it.
Get what?
He's been president for a year already. It's not even trending anymore.
So? Not like we're ever on time for the trends. I mean, do you remember the Miley Cyrus video? Or even the Beyonce one?
Yeah, but those are celebrities. We're talking about the president here. We're not gonna be making another video about Trump.
Oh, hey guys.
No. Don't you hey guys, that's like you're about to start one of your videos. I didn't agree to that. All you said was to look for some comment requests. That's all.
Oh, yeah, no, those weren't real.
What?
Yeah, I wrote them all. Didn't you read the account names in the comments?
These aren't real. Rai wrote this. Can't believe you're still reading these. Hey, Sean.
Hey!
Paco sucks 69. Really?
Yeah, okay, no, that one was not me.
The profile picture is literally you doing that.
Oh, now how did that work out?
We just spent 2 hours looking through these.
Really? It only took me an hour to write.
Why?
Probably because most of it was copy and paste, so
No, why did you make us do this?
Well, if you would just have a seat and let me explain instead of wasting everyone's time.
Now you're concerned with wasting people's time.
So now that everybody's settled in, prepare yourselves. For what I'm about to tell you is something so shocking, so mind-blowing, so incredibly secretive that even me saying it out loud right now could get us all...
Well, then don't say it.
Huh?
Don't say it if it's gonna put us in danger.
Danger? No, I was just saying that if I say it out loud right now, it could get us all to be closer. Because then we'd have like a really cool secret together, you know? And then we could get friendship necklaces like these.
Those are ties. What does any of that have to do with Trump? Get to the point already.
Fine. You wonder why me and Sean have these and you don't.
Yeah, that's why you don't have one.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Today, I am going to be revealing the truth behind none other than our president, Donald J. Trump. Dun, 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 dun. Stand up. Dun, dun.
That's the graduation song.
Oh.
So you're probably wondering, what truth is there to learn about our president? Because there's so many questions about it. Like, for one, why would a billionaire want to be president in the first place? Is it to actually make America great again? Or is it to benefit himself and his businesses? Or maybe it's just to boost his own ego? Everyone has their own opinions, and for some reason, the majority of those opinions seem to be pretty negative.
Gee, I wonder why.
Why? Well, in order to find out the truth, that's the first thing we need to do. We need to ask ourselves, why do so many people hate the guy?
Isn't it pretty obvious? Just the things he says, the things he does. He mocked the disabled person. Like, who does that?
Exactly. No one does that, especially when you know you're being watched by the entire world. And we all know Trump loves to be loved, so why would he do that? Because he just doesn't get it.
Get what?
People, humans. It's almost like he doesn't realize that the things he says and does are not things that people normally say and do. The guy is different, and not just a little different, he's very different. The way he acts, the way he speaks, even the way he looks.
Are we just here to roast Trump? Because everyone already does that.
Oh, not at all.
Then just tell us. Because I don't see what you're trying to get at.
What I'm trying to say is that I truly believe that our president, Donald Trump, is an alien. What? It makes everything make sense. You said it yourself. He does things that no humans would think to do, like mocking a disabled person on national television.
That's because he's an insensitive idiot.
Or is it because he just doesn't understand humans and what humans consider right and wrong and normal and weird, just like that one time he had that interview on The View?
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird!
See, and when everyone else laughed, he just didn't understand why that was weird when it should be obvious to any normal human that that's not something you say about your own daughter, especially on national television.
Just because he's weird doesn't mean he's an alien.
But what about his appearance? There's a reason why people are constantly pointing out things about his looks. Like, why is his skin orange? That's not a normal human color.
People with spray tans are the exact same color.
Or what about his hair? People make fun of his hair all the time because it doesn't look like normal human hair. It looks like some kind of wig.
He's old. Old people wear wigs.
But it's not a wig. And even if it were, out of all the wigs he could have chose, he picks that one? That hair is not a choice a normal human would make.
Oh, people make fun of his hands being small.
See? He's not consistent with human proportions either.
Oh, and he always wears that big red friendship necklace.
Not too sure if that's one, Sean.
Oh.
But the hand thing, that was good.
This is so stupid.
Stupid, one of Donald Trump's favorite words, along with weak, loser, wrong, smart, tough, bad, huge.
Yes, we're all aware of how illiterate he is and his minuscule vocabulary.
Mini school vocabulary. Is that like a school with like tiny books? For his tiny hands.
See, I personally think it's messed up that people like you make fun of his basic English. Just like making fun of an immigrant for having an accent or speaking funny. You go try and learn a new alien language and see if you can remember complex, difficult, huge alien words.
Do you actually think Donald Trump is an alien just because he talks, acts, and looks a little different?
I wish that's all I knew. Donald Trump was born in 1946, which is a very important year for alien conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theorists? You mean crazy
It's
people?
1 year before all the activity. Roswell!
Exactly, Roswell, one of the most infamous alien incidents that's ever been recorded in history. But you know what? That's not the only one that...
Right. There are two more in Washington that same year, Mount Rainier and Maury Island.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
How do you know all this, but you don't know the word minuscule?
Well, I went to a regular sized one.
You see, alien sightings happen all the time, but these 3 cases were singled out as some of the most evidential cases of all time. And they all happened in 1947, a year after Donald Trump was born. First, as we all already know, Roswell, New Mexico, where a rancher found actual physical evidence of a spacecraft before it eventually got covered up. Then the Mount Rainier, Washington incident, where a pilot saw actual UFOs while he was flying in the sky, only later to find out that people on the ground actually saw the same thing. And finally, the Maury Island incident, where a sailor claimed that they saw things but later retracted their statement after a mysterious man in a black suit approached him and told him not to talk about the incident. Eventually, this specific incident actually inspired the Men in Black movies to be made. Don't you guys see a pattern here?
Yes. In 1947, people were very gullible.
Nope, that's absolutely wrong. Sean.
There is a pattern. All the people who saw these things,
They all saw them in 1947, the same year.
Yes, that's true as well, but there's another pattern as well. Think about all the people who made the sightings. In Roswell, it was a rancher. In Mount Rainier, it was a pilot. And the Maury Island incident was a sailor. It's earth, air, and water, like the Avatar.
What?
A rancher who represents earth, a pilot who represents air, and of course, a sailor which represents water.
but what about fire? Isn't that a thing too?
Well, before Trump started running for office, what was his most infamous phrase?
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Hillary, you're fired.
He's a firebender?
Not just that, Donald Trump is the Avatar.
Are you kidding me? As if this wasn't stupid enough, now you're trying to convince me that Trump is based off of a cartoon.
Not at all. See, the cartoon was based off of him and what he represents.
Oh yeah? What's that?
World peace! Just like the show is based off of earth, air, water, fire, they all represent different nations, all different parts of the world. Long ago, all these parts lived together in harmony, and then the Avatar disappeared and conflicts began. Fights and battles became normal. Wars broke out and began to become more and more dangerous, from World War I escalating all the way to World War II, when the first atomic bomb, the deadliest weapon in existence, was used. And then the war ended and there hasn't been a world war or atomic bomb used since. And what year did all of this end? 1945, 1 year before Donald J. Trump was born.
Hey, why does he keep making these bunny ears?
He's trying to imply that Donald Trump wasn't born then.
Because he wasn't. That's just the day that he, Donald Trump, the alien avatar, came back and restored balance to the world. And although he has a lot to learn before he can save anyone, I believe that Donald can save the world.
This in your head. You need to fix that. You need help. Both of you.
Yes, we all do. We have that help in Donald Trump. We are on the verge of another world war. And that's why Donald Trump finally, after all these years, decided to run for president, to bring peace back to the world. People suspect and are currently investigating Donald Trump for having ties to Russia. I believe he does, and he has since 1947, a year after his birth, right when the Cold War began. Thankfully, it was a war of ideas and not an actual war, all thanks to 1-year-old Donald Trump keeping the peace between the two strongest nations in the world at the time, the Soviet Union and the us. That's his secret tie with Russia. What's so funny?
Your logic. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I'm not deaf.
You're saying Donald Trump's goal in life is to connect the world and provide a world peace?
I mean, he does own the Miss Universe pageant, and world peace is a pretty reoccurring theme there.
The same Donald Trump that is obsessed with separating countries by building gigantic walls.
Oh, you mean Great Walls, like the Great Wall of China, which, if you haven't noticed, he's already trying to build ties with.
China. 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 China.
I get it. Regardless, it's still a wall, and walls separate things.
True, but the Great Wall is not just a wall, it's also a pathway, and pathways connect things.
Oh my god.
Look, I found it hard to believe at first too. That's why it took me so long to make this video.
Then why now?
Well, obviously because of the whole news with the Olympics, duh.
Huh?
What?
The Olympics, they recently announced that in 2028, the Olympics are coming back to the US.
So?
The Olympics are literally made to bring peace and unity between all the different nations of the world. It's the exact symbol of what Trump wants, and it's finally coming back to the US in 2028.
Again. So what?
Oh my gosh, do I actually have to draw this out for you?
Yes!
Fine. Like I said before, the Olympics are going to be back in the US in 2028. The last time they were in the US was in 1996 in Atlanta. If we lay out a continuous map of the world and place out each of the locations in order, starting from 1996 in Atlanta to Sydney, Australia in 2000, up to Greece in 04, China in 08, London in 2012, down to Brazil for the most recent Olympics, all the way back over to Japan for the next Olympics in 2020, and from there, here's where it gets a little tricky. The 2024 Olympics haven't been announced yet, but we suspect it's going to be somewhere around Paris, France. And from there, we head all the way back to the US for the Olympics in 2028. And there you have it. If you take a step back and look at it as a whole, what do you see?
I don't know. Intersecting lines, triangles.
The Illuminati is real.
That's a different video, Sean.
Oh.
Well, what is it then?
What you see here is exactly what you never see Trump without. A big red tie.
The friendship necklace.
Once again proving that just like the Olympics, just like the Avatar, Donald Trump, the alien, is trying to tie the entire world together and bring us world peace. Boom! Dun 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 dun! Dun 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 dun! Dun 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 dun!
Fucking wedding song!
Hey, actually, I have one last question.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't get is that if Trump is here for all of these great things, why does he hide it from everyone?
That's the only thing you don't get?
Well, see, that's the even greater truth about Trump that no one can find out. Because if they did, they'd realize he's an alien and they'd freak out.
But he's a good alien. He wants to save and protect the world, right?
Yeah, but we are still humans. Really stupid humans. So even if Trump were to tie and connect every single nation and prevent every possible future world war, end world hunger, poop gold, even if Trump were to actually achieve actual world peace, it wouldn't matter.
What? Why?
Well, the greater truth is because he's an alien. An undocumented illegal alien, he's got to go home.